Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream. We are continuing off with our Curse of the Azure Bonds campaign. Woo!
Woo!
And I may or may not get a bloody nose tonight. Stay tuned for that action. I am not going to let you intervene, Kevin, but my name is Nick, and I play Lostrada Stone Crag, a Hill Dwarf cleric. He's very, very graceful. But he's also kind of like just paranoid when it comes to awkward social situations. So we're just gonna leave it at that, and he's gonna be eating popcorn while watching this show. And I think I'll pass it off to, let's see, Lauren. Let's go with you.
There's a toddler running around in the background, so I may be making weird things like that. Hi, Lauren. You didn't guess. I play Wim, wild magic sorcerer. I have a hit list. I will die trying to get them all out of the way if I can. Most likely will. I've come to terms. Stages of grief and all that.
I know all their names. It's likely you'll run into them at some point.
Yeah. So there's that. Derek, why don't you go?
My name's Derek. I play Colt Belthorn. I am in the midst currently. I'm a halfling monk, but I'm in the midst currently of having a fight with a giant gorilla. And having mixed feelings about it right now. But we'll see how this actually plays out. Nick's already gone. Jess.
Hi, I am actually here even though I am not on screen. Speaking of Nick's mention of popcorn earlier, I'm currently popping popcorn, so I will be back on screen in a moment. I don't want to burn my house down via popcorn. I play...
You just don't want to smell burnt popcorn. That's like...
Yeah, no, that's gross.
And it ruins your microwave.
It hangs around forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trust me, I know. Sky, from our Monday night game, burned popcorn bad enough our freshman year that it was tar and the fire department had to come. So that was a thing that happened. Anyways, back on track. I play Volna, our elf ranger fighter, who is currently realizing things are going south and is ready to have to do shit. Unfortunately. And, start popping. Alright, I will pass it off to our lovely DM, Kevin.
Alright. I'm Kevin. I DM this game. I am not in control. I am not in charge. I have no idea what's going to happen next. That's a mild lie. I know what's going to happen exactly next, but after that, total mystery to me. So you've been progressing through trying to track down the source of the Zental Keep mark on your bond. You've been in Zental Keep for, I believe, in your second day right now. 2 or 3 days in.
Something like that, yeah.
And you've got a plan. You've kind of pieced together a couple of things you need. One of those things you need is more information about the Sword of Lathander that's shown up in a bit of a vision you had a few weeks ago. And in order to get that information, you intend to go to the Temple of Lathander and have one of the priests there cast a legend lore spell to learn more about the Sword of Lathander. In order to make that work out, you're going to need money. You got to pull together your party resources and realize that you came up short on a spell casting like that. So, industrious folk that you are, the first thing that came to your minds was arena pit fighting.
Of course.
So and Central Keep's kind of the place where that's a thing. You had multiple fighting pits to choose from. And you found one that was willing to put your good friend Colt in the ring with a giant, a 4-armed giant ape named the Gronk. Colt, how do you feel about the Gronk? You've met him now for a little while. You've had a chance to introduce yourselves.
They exchange numbers.
There is a big part of me that honestly I want to put him down. I don't want to hurt him, but I just don't want to fight him anymore. I've decided that he's really not it's really not a fair fight, because I am clearly wiping the floor with him, at least in my mind. Whether that's true or not, I'll find out later.
You got a bunch of good hits in, but he's landed one good solid blow on you too, and I know that was you felt that with your cranium.
But like 1 to 8. I hit him 8 times, I think, so far compared to his 1. So it's
it's Well, that was one of the things you intended to go into that fight and play this feral beast character in the ring, and that went right out the window as soon as you got punched in the face.
Yeah, well, I have to blame my previous master for that, because he was so good at teaching me to react and come into and defend myself and come into this in a proper manner, use the least amount, and it just feels like I need to be a little more theatrical, but that wasn't really the style I was kind of taught.
Right. So yeah, pretty early in the fight, you discarded that and went straight into work mode, chopping lumber. And that's where we're gonna key in at it. This fight's been going on for a couple of minutes here. And the Gronk beat your initiative score, so it will go first again.
Yeah, and this round, just so you remember, at least in my notes, I did not have dodge going for this round, so he gets normal attacks, no disadvantage on the...
There you are. And you got to dump the entire dice bag out to find the other D20. Okay. One of the many glories of 5th edition is that I can DM an entire session with nothing but a pair. A pair of D20s.
Nice.
Because I use the average damage rolls for most things, so I'm not rolling big piles of damage dice. So, Colt, does a dirty 20 hit you?
Just barely, but yes,
All
it does.
right. So, as we fade in onto this fight scene from our week-long break, right after the what happened last episode scene fades and the music goes into the normal fight music, you get punched in the face again.
My guys,
and it's
let
just
it happen.
it's one of those freeze frame moments where you see the kinetic ripple of flesh across face as this large meaty ape hand just wallops you good. That's 22 points of damage. And then your rebuttal.
Oh, that's really... It's really tough because I'm looking at this situation.
You got a minor metagame situation going on there, too, where you have exactly 22 hit points left right now.
Yep. But I also have...
It's okay. I'm going to turn to, one of my people and be like, it's okay if we let him die, right? He's not essential to our...
Oh my god.
That's all for the next hit, so that...
Yeah. Okay, so what I will do is, in the midst of this, it will be a bit of a performance. I will back off a little bit. I'm not running away, but I'm getting, I want that a little bit of distance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will back off a little bit. I will use my action to give me wholeness of body, which is 26 regained.
Convenient.
And I will use my bonus action for this round to give me dodge. So I really won't attack. So when I back up, but what I will do in terms of this movement is once I've backed up, I will start to try to mimic essentially the way he stands. Like, I will, like, widen my stance. I will put my arms out to the side. I will do the traditional, I'm going to, like, ape this ape, so to speak.
Okay. So you're going to try to get on his level. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I thought you were going to jump back, do your healing bit, and then give him the Morpheus come forward.
Oh my god.
No, I'm doing the haha, I'm a little version of you. Doesn't this really piss you off kind of thing?
Okay. And that'll be your full turn is to go full defensive. Like,
yeah. Should I roll? Like, I will try to make a bit of a performance of it. Should I roll a performance
check to see how this is working?
Dude.
And more importantly, see how the crowd is reacting to.
Okay, so that's 17.
Okay. You put on a pretty good ape show. You've never studied monkey style, but you have gotten a recent tutelage in angry ape style.
And like I said, I will spend the key point to put the dodge up as a bonus action for next round. So
and
disadvantage.
It responds to this in the only way it knows how, and is coming at you, both fists raised above its head in giant smash charge. So let's see how that works out.
Yes.
That's a miss. Oh, I believe I have caught you again. That's a 23.
Yeah, 23 will hit.
So let's take another 22 points of damage.
I'm still in a better situation than I was before.
Yeah, you got 2 hits left in you.
One and
change.
One and change, yes.
All right. So Colt.
Okay, so
you didn't get much of a breather on.
No, and I you know, if I can be honest about it, I didn't really expect to. I'm just trying to have that moment to put that wholeness of body in place, because this round I really don't have a choice, but I gotta make it look good.
Okay.
So I'll the first thing I'll do is I'll take both of my meaty, large gauntleted hands now, and I will slam them onto the ground and kind of try to use that as like a pivoting force to kind of kick me up in the air, just in general, to give him like a good kick about midsection.
You want to do the inverted superhero jump?
Yes.
Where you punch the ground and throw yourself up into the air.
Yep. And
okay.
And lead some kicks into his chest.
So let's go with an athletics check on that.
Okay, sure. So the athletics, that is 14 and then 8, 20. Sorry. Why 22? Sorry.
Okay. So you do that, and you get quite a bit of air, and you're at face level with this guy for the first time in the entire fight. So I'm going to give you advantage on your next attack roll.
Okay. So the first... okay, so that's a 10 and a 14. So 14 with the that puts me at a 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
That is only 5 points of damage.
All right.
On a kick.
Remember from last session, he's not that hard to hit.
Yeah. And I will take my second attack. Well, no, sorry, that's without advantage. Okay. And that is a 15.
That'll hit.
And that is 6 points of damage. And
how many key points you sitting on?
I've got like 5 more, I believe.
Okay.
1 second, I'll tell.
The tank's not empty.
What if it is empty?
Oh.
No, I have 4 more. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to throw another key point for dodge, and I'm gonna leave it at just the 2 attacks this round.
Okay.
I can possibly go another round. So, yeah, I will attempt though as I'm landing, if at all possible. I will now, having been around a lot of drunks, I will attempt to stagger into a defensive position and throw a little performance out there.
All right.
And that's flat 16 on the die.
Okay. So, for those of you who are observing, you guys know, you've seen Colt fight before. And you've watched him get hit a couple of good times right here. He's putting on the show now. He forgot the way the role was supposed to work out there for a little while, but he's adjusted. And the crowd's buying it.
Oh, jeez.
So, the Gronk did not like getting punched in the face. That's really not how he's used to interacting with people.
Yeah.
Mostly it's he punches them and they fall down sort of experience for him. So this is a little new. It put him on his back heel for a little bit, and he missed you twice. So we're going to slide back over to Colt.
I think I've got the crowd back. I'm going to run the risk of really alienating them now because I don't really have this option of doing this for too much longer.
All right, so you're thinking finisher?
Well, I'm thinking it might be worth a shot because I can.
You've got all sorts of monksy tricks.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. This is really. Well, he'd probably make that, but you know what? I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, I am going to try. I'm gonna spend. Okay, I can. Okay, it requires no action to do that. Okay, that's good. So I can spend a key point to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
At no additional action. So what I'm gonna do is make my first 2 attacks. Make the first one with the attempted stunning strike, and he'll have to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
And that was a cocked die, but let's see. Yeah, okay, so that strike is actually an 18 and 8 is 26 to hit.
26 will absolutely hit.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
The
For
gorilla
10
fucks you up.
For
10 points.
A saving throw is required?
Yes, the DC 15 con save.
Okay, well, 6 on die is gonna fall well short of a 15. So you have. How do you stun a rampaging gorilla?
You know how I'm gonna do this? I wanna give him I really want to give him this jumping uppercut to the jaw. Just coil myself down for a second, put the big old gauntleted fist up, and just shoot myself up in the air and just get him right up under the jaw.
Would you call this a tiger uppercut?
Yes, there we go. I will throw him. Yes, I will throw him the tiger uppercut. Absolutely. And that was worth 10 points, and that stuns him.
So if he's stunned, he's now granting advantage on attacks?
Let's see.
I think. Double check the stun. I've got so many things I can click on right now.
Yeah, so they're stunned. Yeah, stunned till the end. Till the end of my next turn.
All right. Stunned creature is incapacitated. Can't move. Can't speak. I can speak only falteringly. Automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Yeah, and that's till the end of my next turn.
Yep. So I fully
still
expect
have
you to light him up.
I still have 3 more attacks, or, well, 1 more attack, unless I use a key point for that. You know what? He's stunned. We're gonna do it.
Yep, you got advantage on
3
the
attacks.
Colt.
Number 1.
Blanca.
Okay, number 1 is a 19. Number 2 is 23. I'm just checking.
Yep.
And number 3, I have a 1 that I get to reroll as a halfling, and that's a nat 20.
Okay.
So,
so 2 hits plus a crit.
2 hits plus a crit.
Damn.
Big old pile of dice.
And that leaves me. Okay. The first 2 hits are. That's 9, 12, 16 total for the first 2. And then the crit is double dice, single modifier, right?
Correct.
So when we're looking at 11 points on that one.
Okay. Now, do you have anything else coming in?
That's it was 16. The 16 was the 2 attacks, and the 11 points was the crit.
All right. So this ape is wobbling on its feet right now. It's just like coincidental that it's not falling over at this moment. It may or may not be conscious. But it just kind of like stands there, wobbles for half a moment, and spends its entire turn incapacitated because you punched him in the face. And you get to go again.
Okay, so realizing I have to do this and realizing this is kind of going to feel bad about it later, I'm going to climb him for this round.
Ooh.
I'm just climb on top of him, get like right on the back of his head, and take a big old bite out of his ear.
Ooh,
Okay.
Savage.
So you've got advantage on the attack roll. And holy crap. It's an unarmed strike. So you're going to do full damage with a bite.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
I probably wouldn't let a bite do full damage if it wasn't already incapacitated, so let's not set that there.
That's
God.
true. So that bite will actually. Well, do you want like an athletics check or something for scaling him?
No. In his stunned state, you can hop up on there.
Okay, so you're looking at a 16 that's with advantage.
That'll hit.
And just and that is a 5-point bite.
All right. Are you looking for the type of bite where you get a blood spurt, or are you coming off with a piece?
I'm gonna take a piece.
Okay, so you come out. You got like this hairy chunk of gorilla skin in your mouth, and it's still not fallen over, but like the crowd's already chanting your name. You just have to finish this.
Okay,
Oh
so
God.
now that I'm technically on the back of his, like, or on the side of his head with a bit of his ear in my mouth, this is the perfect time to just rain fists onto his skull. Just big, heavy, gauntleted.
Yep.
3 more strikes. Let me make sure I spend that key point so that we don't.
Oh my god.
Okay. And these are all at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 1, that's an 18. Number 2 is double nat 20.
Oh.
Jeez.
Number
You
3.
wasted one.
Yep. And number 3 is 21 to hit. So once again, 2 hits and a crit.
All 3 of those are going to hit. You're going to do enough damage to take him down. So it's just a question of how you do it.
Yep. So like I said, I've climbed up on the back of his neck, and I'm just up there, gorilla blood in my mouth, a bit of this ear that I'm actually still chewing on while I do this, and I'm just like a left-handed blow to like the base of his neck, a right-handed blow to the base of his neck, and like that third one, I just clock him right in the temple.
Yeah. So when it starts falling slow, and you're like up on his shoulder and kind of like ride it down, and as it like hits the floor of the arena and does a little bit of bounce, you just kind of walk forward away from it, like the fight is over already. You're not even looking back.
And to continue that method, and I'll probably get some flack for this later, I turn around and I non-discreetly drop my pants and just take a piss right on him.
Okay.
Just that's how you show dominance.
Okay.
That's how you show dominance. It's dominance, man. That's
You
what
can't
it is.
hear it from where you are, but you just know there's a judging sigh coming from
the entire
Paula.
arena falls a little silent, and this bloodthirsty crowd of arena spectators are like, is that too much? They're questioning this. The citizens of Zental
Oh my god.
are questioning the necessity for that.
Oh, and then I spit out the bit of the ear when I'm done.
Stop. Oh my god. Ew.
So after that moment of shocked silence, a lot of people do a quick calculation on whether they won or lost money and react accordingly. Your guys are coming out ahead. You got the money you needed from the winning the fight to fund your next endeavor.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a lot of people here lost money.
Good.
Betting on the gorilla against you, and seeing how well you fought and are not entirely as feral as you may or may not be acting. There's a lot of grumbling and discontent in this crowd.
Oh no.
I live in Zental Keep. Wouldn't you be disgruntled too?
They have a lot to be disgruntled over.
This is one of those things.
Yeah. So the guy you met earlier who had arranged the fight, he's kind of like shuffling you and pushing you out a side door as quickly as possible, trying to avoid a riot.
Yeah,
and he
that
just
sounds
like
like a
pushes
good
a
idea
bag
to me.
he pushes a bag of coins in your hands, like, look, just get out of here. We can do business in the future. You just can't be here right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Thanks.
Like, that was...
Sounds good to me.
Oh my god.
Dragging Colt by his leash as we're pushed out.
Yeah.
Before that, did I take some like psychic damage from the Volnastair? Like, was that?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna leave that up to you on how that affects you in the future and whether or not any character development happens because of it.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, you've done a thing.
Look, guys, I'm sorry, okay? I'm not really an actor. I'm just more of a... I beat things up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, damn, it almost got us in trouble. Jesus Christ. Fucking good. Don't do it again.
Yeah,
look, I'm not too tired. I'll take you on, Tin Can. Let's go.
What do you mean tin can? I'm a... Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
You're Scarecrow.
I'm just gonna...
That's adamantium armor you're wearing there. That's far from tin. pride in your materials.
Whoa, okay, and I'm gonna step up. Yo, you better be ready to catch these fucking hands, bro. Like,
Is Colt still leashed at this moment?
Yes, probably.
I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna be like, yo, bitch, step the fuck up.
Oh, the two of you.
Meet up one gorilla tonight. Let's go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
Yo, you better hold me back. Hold me back.
I mean, I can put my hand on your forehead because, you know.
Yo, yeah, no, hold me back. This bitch gonna get beat the fuck up.
Alright, so there's a lot of adrenaline in the group right now.
Oh my god, it's like fucking Desperate Housewives or not Desperate. What is that show called?
I have no idea.
The Real Housewives.
The
is
Real
that what you're
Housewives.
looking at?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Real Housewives of Zental Keep. Like,
That sounds like more like it's a Waterdeep thing, to be thoroughly honest. They've
yeah.
got enough divas for that.
Broomstick.
Yeah.
He's low-key Yagura's housewife.
Oh, true.
Ooh.
I am the housewife. She's my husband.
So yeah, now you're back out on the streets of Zental Keep. You know that the streets here are not the best place for you. You're wanted by, as far as you know, at least 3 different groups in the city would like to have a word with you.
Oh god.
Probably a fourth.
Maybe I should also like clean the gorilla blood and the dirt off.
Do you need help with
Yeah.
that?
I'm just gonna act stressed because I am.
We have prestidigitation.
And I'm still gonna pull bits of gorilla fur out of my mouth.
Gross.
Yeah.
I
Gross.
have a toothpick. I'm sorry, but I'll clean them up.
So what do we get?
I don't
Like,
know.
what do we?
Probably
We
not
got
yet.
enough. We got
Turned
what we
100
need.
gold pieces into 3.
Okay. That's good.
Well, I told you I could get you the money. I mean, it's not perfect, but there you go.
I mean, how are you feeling afterwards the fight? You did a lot of things there. You bit a guy. It took a piece. Oh, actually,
was-
still something right here. Actually, wait.
He was.
You bit a guy. He bit a gorilla. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know.
That was no guy.
Okay.
It's
I know my record on animal cruelty
Abuse.
is not great.
Yeah,
I've
honestly,
kicked a
it's been
turtle.
terrible lately.
I've been a gorilla, but I plan after we're done with this to open a sanctuary or rescue and not cause additional harm to animals.
You want to open a sanctuary
have
so you
my
can
record.
continue to beat them up in peace.
Turtle.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about so we need components? But yeah, I guess we should.
Well, yeah. The next thing on your agenda was the legend lore spell.
Yeah.
Now you know that's going to require some type of components to cast the spell. Lizdrada, you're actually capable of casting that spell, correct?
I am, but I believe that's what we needed. I needed the actual components of it. So hold on. Let me take a quick look. Legend lore should be. I did have it. What happened to it?
It's all the way down there at level 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, you know what? I took it off for some reason. At the moment, I don't know it, but I do know it. Believe me, you gotta trust me on this. I do know it, but I don't know it at this moment.
Yeah, you can obtain it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I know it. It's just that my brain power for the day has not allowed me to know it.
That. Okay.
I love the things that happen when you try to articulate a game concept like spell slots in
Yep.
character.
Yes. So, I do not have, in any case, I know what we need. We need incense. Lots of incense.
What legend lore requires is incense worth at least 250 gold pieces, and ivory strips worth about 50 each. So you're looking at a grand total of 300, give or take.
Yes.
So where does one find ceremonial incense in a hostile foreign city?
Can I actually use some knowledge to kind of figure out like kind of what building that we need to actually go to? Because I
Sure.
know it could be like oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me try and do maybe some insight on that.
Insight wouldn't be the appropriate one for this. I was thinking maybe
Medicine?
religion.
Oh, religion. Okay, fair enough. Religion. Let me do
Yeah,
that.
you should be fairly fine.
That's a 10.
Okay. Well, should be Viking. It was always provided to you when needed by your temple.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna relay the information. So my temple would always give me and the other clerics what we needed for incense. And I believe that if we actually possibly go to the temple, they would have that amount of incense ready. I mean, God, you're a temple. Why wouldn't you have that available to you? But
What about the ivory though?
that's a different question. Let's go to a place that makes pianos.
Well, hang on, let me double check another thing here real quick.
Ivory
The
strips.
ivory's not consumed by the spell.
But we don't have any ivory.
No.
Well, because I have a cameo that's made of ivory. Would that not be enough?
A what made of ivory?
A cameo, so it's like an outline of a face, like an ivory. You know, like it'd be a profile.
Oh, I was like,
That's made of. I don't know. Would that be? It's a picture of her mother, so.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be consumed, but I believe that would be enough. If there's how much ivory do you have on that?
Cameo's like what,
And hand it over.
3 inches across? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean,
Like how big are the strips? Are they looking big, small?
technically,
So-
I mean, that would work.
Lizdrado, you're trying to figure out if that would work or not.
Yeah.
Let's go with a religion check.
Let's do that check again. That's a 23 this time.
Okay. You've seen this spell cast before, and the ivory strips that were used in your previous temple were property of the temple, but they were brought out for special occasions like that. Like it was a I don't know the religious term for it, not a relic, but it was some type of their
I
kit.
know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. I can't remember it either.
Yeah, so it's I'm sure Catholics have like 16 different words for something like this.
Yep, and I can't remember any of them, so.
But yeah, that sort of thing is like usually a temple will certainly have things like that they would use as components and the tools to do the spells and rituals that are necessary.
Okay, I'll relay the information and be like, so I actually don't think we really. I think that would be fine, but I don't think it's necessary.
The cameo might work in an emergency. You might be able to modify the ritual, but it would be risky to try.
Yes, so let's just hold that off as a backup plan. But I think if we go to the temple and tell them our predicament, they might be able to help us. I don't know anything about Lathander and their teachings. Because like I said, I've been underground. All I know is basically my beautiful dude. But
Well,
Lathander and Doomathorn are literally at opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
But
so I don't know
Lathander
him, but
is
I assume I really
also-
fucking hate him, so he's a bitch.
But Lathander is also not very Zental keepy, if you know what I mean. So if what we're doing is anti-Zental keep kind of thing, we may get a little bit of a, the enemy kind of thing.
We haven't talked about that yet. There is a shrine to Lathander here in Zental Keep somewhere. You've been told that. Olive let you know that there was a temple here. But she wasn't sure where it was at. And you're pretty sure that it's at least a partially hidden temple, or it's low key. There is an official religion here, so everything else would be suppressed or at least kept under. It's not a. They don't have a 400-foot golden spire like they do in Waterdeep.
We could kind of convert to Bane if we wanted. Just
I'm good.
become Bane Knights.
I'm good.
I'm more a fan. But...
Yeah. Convert to Bane Knights for the benefits of this spell, and then renounce the religion afterwards. That's what we should do.
Oh my god, I'm good.
Sounds like a poor life choice.
There's a set of problems that come into play. So yeah, how are we going to deal with the search for a temple here?
Any steeples? I can see the
Let's see.
usually the highest point
I assume I know a little bit about Lathander, so I know what to kind of look out for.
You know that he's the god of the sun, and morning specifically.
Okay.
So yeah, the general. The general bits of what he does, yeah.
So we're looking to just go directly to the sun, guys. We're not even going to be on this planet anymore. We have to go to space.
I don't agree to that.
Okay.
I think that's a poor life choice.
Step one: find
a spaceship. Yep.
Have fun. I'm not going.
Fly, guys.
I think if I go back to the pits and we do about 6 or 7 more fights, we can afford a spaceship.
Well, hold on, Colt. You ran across the city at some point, running away from those fucking guards. Because, I mean, we had to fire an arrow to get your attention. Did you happen to see anything?
Bunch of, building tops and everything, but nothing that would, I can get up there and take a look again. I mean, it's not that hard to look at the top.
Colt's Great Run was really just a couple of blocks around the foreign quarter. It would not be fair to say he's explored the city of Zen.
That's fair. I mean, if we go, we just need to get a height. If we need to see where things are, because from where I'm standing, can't really tell.
Yeah. If we can find an alley, we can push in there, and I can get up there and take a look and see if I see anything that might seem a little abnormal in the city, or something that might suggest temple.
So you want to find some place to climb and get a better view of the city?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're currently in the dock quarter. Most of the buildings here are either residential slums or, more frequently, warehouse.
Oh, I have an idea. I forgot. I might know somebody at the docks.
You got a guy?
You got a guy?
Because of my background, might have a contact there. They might be able to point us in a direction. I don't know if they'll know exactly, but they might.
Any direction's better than what we have now.
It might be worth checking that out. And if anything, some of those ships got pretty tall masts, so we could just ask for a tour of a ship, and then I can go up and take a look from there. I mean, it won't give us all of the city, but it might give us, an area to look at here. And if we don't see anything, then we can move on. I mean, that's an idea. I don't know.
Okay. So you want to search for people you might know in the dock ward. Okay, so let's roll. What am I going to roll for a search here?
Did you say search or surge?
Search.
Okay.
Let's. I want to say it's an investigation check, but you're really bad at.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
So why don't we call it an insight check to see if you can figure out where people from your old crew might be at here, because you know how they think.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. Insight, and that is an 11.
Okay. You're pretty sure that if you can find a halfling-friendly bar, you'll be able to track them down from there.
And I imagine really the only halfling-friendly bars here, having been already to a couple bars in the other area, would be near the docks.
In the docks, and some of them are in the foreign quarter. But yeah.
Yeah. So let's check out a few bars, and I promise you, I will be on my best behavior.
Oh God, I'm scared.
There's been a lot of bars lately.
Yeah, this is a rather tavern-friendly storyline.
Yeah.
Well, hey, they're getting business, so that's the important thing.
It doesn't take you too long asking around to find what you're looking for. And you find a place that's got it's the name caught your ear the moment you heard it. The Never-Ending Breakfast.
Oh my God.
It's squeezed into a narrow alleyway. Lystrada has to kind of like turn shoulders to get down this alleyway. He can't walk down straight because his armor's just a little bit too wide for it.
You just hear my armor go as I'm scraping.
And then at the back of this narrow alley, there's a 4.5-foot high door. And you can smell bacon from outside the door.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. Bit of advice.
Can I eat the bacon?
I think you can go in there 4.5 feet. You can go in there and everything. I think if it's what I think it is, and I don't know because I've never been there, we'll be good in there. Just be a little less judgy.
And then I turned to Volna. I'm like, you okay with that?
For a minute, because you are going to be dealing with some very shady characters.
Like they're gonna be in shadow?
Okay. No, they're going to be... Look.
What?
You look like you could be a guard. Just be less guardy.
I can't guarantee
Stop
anything.
acting like the man.
Oh my God.
I am the man.
I like
am the
you.
man.
I support you. I will vouch for you. Just be less narky for a moment.
Ah, damn it.
Now, I do have a question before you guys go in.
No.
And I don't want to make it sound ominous that I'm asking them.
Oh no.
But who has the money?
Probably me.
Okay.
Don't. Yeah. You're the most responsible with the money.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the only responsible one here.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin,
And
don't you dare.
I just want to check one more thing real quick before we go in here. Okay, I'm good.
God, I hate this
If
bitch right
yeah.
And now, are all four of you going in?
now. I'm short, so I guess I'll fit in there.
Yeah. You're looking at that door like it's no big deal.
It's great breakfast. You'll really enjoy
not
yourself.
gonna
in
do
I'll
there.
this
be the
doorway.
judge of
I
that.
will go
Oh.
to the door. I'll be like Gandalf.
We can do it. We can get you to do it. We'll just. I'll go in and get some butter, and then we'll make sure you get to the door.
No, I got mayonnaise still. It's
God.
fine. I got a more jug.
Oh God.
It would not be a Sunday night unless we have a mayonnaise as lubricant.
Oh my God. Honestly.
Did we slap you before the fight so you'd be more slippery?
Yeah, we get a little bit of that. Yeah.
So you step through the door, and there's like a lot of the other establishments here. It's sunk into this like half basement kind of deal, where it's just a little bit below ground. So you walk through the door and you immediately go down like 4. And the ceilings are low. Volna and Wim, you guys absolutely have to watch your head so you're not cracking
Good
into
horn catches
rafters
on
light.
something.
No, it's not like that. Like your horns aren't scraping everywhere.
I came a coat.
Sorry. Your
I came a coat rack.
But if you're not paying attention to where you're going, there's those lower rafters and light fixtures and things like that. Just gotta be aware that they're there. This place is full. There's maybe 60 or 70 houses here. A handful of the total number of people in here are dwarves, gnomes, other various short races.
Huh.
And all eyes are currently on you.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of thing where everybody's trying not to be obvious looking at you, but they're all looking at you.
Wow. Rude.
First, I'll step in and in halfling, because now I'm amongst my people.
Better not embarrass us. I swear to God.
It's perfectly fine. They're friends, and they support your right to have this establishment, unlike those bastards up on that hill over there. So just realize that these people, they're good people.
I don't know.
What did he say?
Hold on. I don't know halfling. I only know deep speech and abyssal.
Okay, so none of you know halfling. I would like the 3 of you to give me an insight check.
I would also like to say, because we were in a bar and I'm not dumb, I'm definitely being very aware of the money pouch.
Insight check, you said?
Oh, yeah. Yep, insight check from the 3 of you who are not.
22.
I got a 22 too.
Okay.
Oh my God.
22.
Did you say 7?
What was it?
7.
Okay.
7.
So
Everybody's wonderful.
Oh God.
Losdrada and Volna. What you witness here is Colt stepping down. He goes to an open space. He speaks in halfling. He gestures kind of friendly. He is obviously giving an introduction, and probably vouching for you guys as not the fuzz.
Okay.
Wim, what you? Colt steps down to that open area, looks over at some guy, starts flashing him gang signs. And
Making sure I'm not hitting anything.
It really looks like he's trying to negotiate something nefarious the moment he enters.
Flashing him gang signs. Oh shit.
You didn't know that canon, halfling, half of halfling, is just the gestures, and it's all gang signs.
Oh my God.
What did he set this up
Nobody
for?
expects the halfling mafia.
Well, when they only come up to about your knees, how do you?
Oh
How do you
shit.
Well, you just put anything valuable on a high
shit.
But you see, that's also the worst place for us to be, because we take your knees out. How you gonna run?
Oh my God. Very true.
I saw him in that battlefield. in that pit. So, do you think he's organizing another fight?
No, and then I will say it in common, just my friends here. We've come in for a bit to eat and get a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Is that code for something?
Is that code for something?
Yeah, it's code for we have a couple of questions.
Yeah, but
and we'd
really?
like some eggs.
Gotcha. Questions.
and we'd like some eggs.
Oh, I would
So-
definitely like eggs.
A halfling who's dressed supremely casual. Like this is just work clothes for him. Steps up, motions for you to over to a table. You're new in town, and I don't. Which crew'd you run with again?
Well, I'm from Westgate. And I have friends here. I mean, I'm not really in any crews anymore. I kind of retired, so I just had a couple questions. I mean, we're not here to cause any trouble. We want to have a bit of breakfast, answer a couple of questions, that kind of stuff.
I mean, honestly, I'm not all that opposed to people causing trouble for the Zeds. Because there's profit to be made.
Well,
and if that's the kind of problems you're looking to cause, that's great. We appreciate the heads up. This is a good working relationship.
Well, when I was young, I ran with the rough horse thieves, if you know those. But, that was them. That was my crew.
This is
back
now.
Then. But, I don't do that anymore. But causing trouble for Zents, that is something I do.
So, what can we do to help you out here?
My friend over there, and I'll point to Lestrada, he's got a question about a temple. We're looking for we're looking for a place where we can get a spell taken care of to look for an item, because we want to kind of stick it to
Don't tell
Mr.
them everything.
Mr. Mustache.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're ruining my life by telling them everything. Stop. Just, I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna be like,
there's a level of direct honesty between halflings that is absolutely necessary.
I'm going to stop you and be like, yeah, you need to stop. We're just looking for the Temple of Lathander. The Mr. High and Mighty, I love light, and the sun is my fucking amoeba. Like, I don't know, like, wherever he is.
Healthy.
It's a stretch to call it a temple. It's more of trying.
I mean, oh, okay, thank you for that tidbit of information.
Yeah, it's just but yeah, on the north side of the river, in the ruined quarter, that's where there was a Temple of Lathander.
What do you mean?
But after the last dragon flood, that entire section of the city is still in ruin.
Oh.
This would be a common knowledge thing. Approximately 15 to 20 years ago, there was a dragon flight. Every couple of 100 years, the dragons go apeshit. They all come up out of their lairs. They fly around. They rampage. And then they go back to sleep.
Okay.
It basically was an ancient elven spell that kind of forgot to have a purpose. Volna would probably know some of that flavor of the history. That ancient elven wizard created this massively powerful to force all dragons to go crazy every couple of decades to keep them from ruling the earth. The unexpected downside was that this was extremely destructive for anyone in the countryside.
Yeah.
And on the last flight of dragons, Zental Keep got hit hard. And most of the north side of the city, on the north side of the river, remains in ruins. They've been working on rebuilding it, but it's a mess over there. Now, going back into the halfling you're speaking to, see, there was a temple of Lathander. I think it's still in operation. I think there's still some. I think they still have some people who are using the temple. But yeah, it's supposed to be on the hill.
Okay.
I don't bother going over there. It's just a mess and not profitable for me. So I avoid it. But the way I've been I understand it is there's Temple Hill, Shrine to Lathander is on top of the hill.
Okay, that's good information. I do appreciate that. And that hill is basically which direction from here? We're new to this area, so.
It's on the north side of the river.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have to cross the river.
Yeah. Zental Keep it straddles both sides of a river valley. Most of the city is on the southern side.
Okay.
On the northern side was the section that got wrecked and is still mostly in ruin. There's a wall that goes around it. It is contained. The wall is patrolled. But it's not really inhabited by anyone who can afford to live anywhere else.
So will there be any problems if we try to go to that section of the city, or is that like, are we gonna run into?
If any of the guards think you're looters, they're gonna just attack you outright. They got a zero tolerance policy on that. Really, why it's not profitably over there? You get caught, instant problem. The number 2 problem is a lot of the places that were over there, it had been like nobles' homes. It had been the hoity-toity. And apparently it had been in fashion to keep creatures in your basement. Everyone was, menageries were all the rage at the time. So there's a lot of shit running around over there that you probably wouldn't expect to see in a.
Okay. Weird that people would still be having church sessions over there, like. But okay.
If it's an important enough site.
The way to see it would probably be like, if you are a Lathander worshiper in a city like Zental Keep, you have to keep your entire religion half a secret. So going to an extreme to worship in an actual dedicated shrine isn't entirely out of the question.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, they're losers, but I mean that's understandable. So, well, thank you for the information. I do appreciate it, or we appreciate it. And I'm gonna turn to the group. Should we head off, or do you want to stick around to try and kind of gather ourselves before we go and take on this most curious expedition to the North Shore?
Well, we really can't leave without breakfast.
Oh my god, is that all you think about is food? I mean, same, but like.
I'd be hungry too.
Okay.
Hit him in the face.
Fair enough. Okay, I need eggs and I need bakey in my tum-tum right now.
So, this is the point where all of you who are not cult get to witness halfling table service for the first time.
Boy.
you're just like starting to think about what you would want to order. Is there a menu available, etc.
I want the
When
Dunkies hot chalky milk.
this halfling woman who can best be described as round
Oh my god.
shows up, and she's just got this 3-foot large tray like balanced above her head, just two hands holding it up over her head. And she comes over to the table, drops this down.
Look at that strength.
There is an array of pancakes, danishes, waffles, syrups, butters, jellies, jams, bacon, sausages. It's if you've ever seen it adjacent to a breakfast, it is somewhere on that tray.
Wow, I've never seen any of this before.
So what exactly is dwarven breakfast? If you're like if you're in the cave all day,
it's not good. It's like we don't get anything. Like I don't know, like how I've been living as long as I have with no fucking fresh fruits or vegetables. It's just been, I swear to God, it feels like they just take the sand off the wall and add water. It's like that's pretty much it.
Now, I've had conversations about this before, about what dwarven rations are like. And what we came up with is that there's a dwarven product that is very similar to the unholy union of a power bar and beer. So it's like power beer.
Yeah,
it's a full meal in a beer.
Let's just say it's like a liquid MRE, but it's muscle milk. Like that's pretty much it. Like that's
it's like carbonated carbohydrates is really what it comes down to.
Yep. It's spaghetti water, fresh from the pan.
Get ready for that 5K.
Yum yum yum.
But
this is outrageous and amazing. Is this what you people eat all the time?
It is customary at breakfast to try a little bit of everything. 6 times.
I'm just sitting there overwhelmed. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a word in halfling for this type of tray, which is a very elegant description of what it is. The closest equivalent to this word in common is appetizer.
Oh my god. So fancy. Is that French? No, I'm just kidding.
It's simple. You just take a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, bit of that, little bit of, and then you put it on this, and you take all of this, and I'm just showing them as I grab everything and like pile it onto a plate, and then this, and then some of this, and if you don't like that, you still take some of that and you put that there, but if you put some of this on this, it makes it so much better, and then you get it, and then once your plate's about that tall, you're ready to start.
I'm like disassociating because
now
I'm
you've
so
got
overwhelmed.
your base layer.
2 shots of vodka,
and it's not uncommon to decorate this with a little more of this and this.
Oh my god!
And
stop! I can't.
All covered in syrup.
God, are you making a cake? Like what the fuck is happening? I'm just gonna like take one thing at a time because I'm like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, like, I just fought a large gorilla, so I need to kind of make up for all the calories I just burned. Yes.
I mean, well, how many calories
Oh,
is
that's
the
true.
Ear? Is it like a pig's ear, or?
I mean, there's a lot of food on here, and you look at it on the other tables, and like there's a tray like this at the center of every table. And the way Colt described it is very much the way everyone else is eating. Is they're just reaching into this large central pile of food and pulling out what they want. And they're going back for more. Sometimes they're not even like it's. There's just a constant movement of food from the central pile to individual plates to individual mouths. And it's like they're really fast at it. There's a dozen different conversations going on, and food and chewing and eating doesn't seem to slow it down at all. This is a master class in eating and speaking while chewing.
See, that's where you put it to the side. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like if you move it with your tongue all to this side, you can have the conversation out this side and still keep going.
Yeah, this is where the legend of halfling cheek pouches come into play.
Oh my
it's
God.
not just mutton chops, but sometimes they actually have cheek pouches.
Oh my God.
Like what's it? What's the animal with the big
Chipmunk?
Chipmunk.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's so true.
We are the humanoid hamsters of, you know.
We are the humanoid hamsters.
it's just quite
Um,
impressive.
So yeah, the matronly woman who delivered all of this, she collects the money for it. It's not that not going to affect her budget in any major way. This seems like it's a deal on food.
Why do we know about this? But the first time we were here.
And here's the one other secret: if you take a bit and you put it into your pouch, nobody cares.
Now,
Oh man.
Cole, one of the bits of halfling culture that you have not informed the group of, because it didn't cross your mind, is that in an establishment like this, food is always cheap. But as you're eating, people will come up to you and start beginning conversation. And it's all kind of innocuous stuff. It starts out with halfling small. How's the weather? Where are you from? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they ask a lot of probing type questions. And you can tell that there's a lot of like a casual information gathering that's going on.
Oh, and I never mention it because it's natural to me.
Yeah.
So don't even think about it.
As you're sitting there, there's 2 or 3 empty chairs at your table. And other halflings are just stopping over and sitting down and introducing themselves.
Really friendly. I like this.
So yeah, one of the let's go explore one of these guys who visits. He's obviously a sailor. He's dressed for, he's got like a raincoat on. He's dressed for ocean travel. And he sits down and says that he's just got in. He's been out on the Moon Sea for the last month. This is the first time he's been on dry land in that time. What's been going on in this city? Really? Nothing?
Oh, I didn't know you were asking us. I'm sorry.
See that that's kind of the problem where we're new here too. So we don't know really much of what's been going on. We're only 2 days here.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even heard the local news yet.
No.
Well then, here's what I just heard. Vizul Shembrel, Mr. High and Mighty Bane. He screwed up. The Inquisitors, they're high muckety muck. We are the strifiest, angriest of the Bane Church. Have shown up to investigate how he's been managing Zentarum affairs. They think he's been frivolously spending on arcane. And that the results of one of his experiments are somewhere here in the city. And he's trying to find them and willing to pay a lot of money for them.
Yeah, that's like how much?
Like, last I heard, 5,000 gold pieces. Now,
that's not bad.
I don't know anyone in Zental Keep that wouldn't sell me out for 5,000.
Kind of cheap, actually.
I can only imagine how important they are, but I guess what he's worried about is that if the Inquisitors find this crew before he does, they're evidence that he's been involved in things. And apparently, they don't like that. So they're causing him all sorts of... some of my local friends, like, I don't want to call them a thieves guild, because, that's labeling in a way that I don't really approve of.
Yeah, that's a human thing anyway.
Yeah. It's, they're just a crew.
Businessmen. Yes.
Yeah. It's they're doing their, they're providing for their family.
Can't fault them for that.
They were looking forward to this because the other big black networks guy, Manchun's, out of town. They thought Vazul was gonna make a power play while Manchun was out of town. But now whatever he was planning's all out of whack because the Inquisitors showed up. So the opportunity they thought they were going to have, it's not what they thought they were going to get.
But is that, like, I heard about that chess guy. Does he have anything to do with this? Lord Chess?
Okay, the Lord Chest is the local authority. He runs the streets. He runs the guard. And locally here in the keep, he's kind of important. But outside of Zental Keep, he's got no influence whatsoever. He's a local player. Fazul, Manchun, the Inquisitors, they're regional. So Lord Chess is kind of a, he's not gonna be in charge of anything, but he's real good at being middleman. He can squeeze just enough out for himself that he lives real good, but he doesn't have to worry about being the guy at top that someone else is gonna knock over.
Did you I did hear one thing, and this might interest you, being on the ocean and everything, that there was some sword that was lost in the water, like an artifact or something. They said something. I mean, look, I'm just hearing this whispers second, third hand, the way things go.
Yeah, like the Zens don't lose ships that often. Quite honest, they got some wizards will go down and find the damn thing important. They're not. They'll go underwater for anything that's really important. But what we've noticed they do sometimes is they'll say a ship is lost, so they can take a cargo off of the books and
so it's kind of
move
like
it over to the books.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when Uncle Terry delivers the wagon, and there's a couple things that have just kind of fallen off on the trip.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a melon that falls off the back of a cart. Sometimes it's an entire cargo ship that falls off the back of a cart. It's just a matter of scale.
Sometimes a case of beer.
Yeah.
Sometimes a quesadilla.
That's not what I thought you were going to say, Nicholas.
Okay.
Very much.
Oh my god.
So, like, how big is this 5K to, like, you guys here? Like, is this really, like, an affair for the little folk, so to speak, or is this more like big guys doing their thing?
5K is enough to buy passage out of the city. So whether they got the capacity to actually pull it off or not, a lot of people are interested. So if I were them, I wouldn't trust anybody. Because there's no one here in the city that wouldn't have. Why? Do you know who they are? We can split something. if you know who they
no,
are,
no,
we can't.
no,
We can work something out, like split
no,
it.
like
Oh
I
my
said,
God.
we've only been here 2 days. We're kind of on an expedition.
I'm
We
gonna be glaring. I'm gonna be glaring at him because he's flapping his gums. I'm gonna be glaring.
I'm
but
gonna kick Lestar under the table.
Like
we are not.
Lestara.
We're yes, you.
I realized I said the wrong name.
I thought I heard the wrong name too. So
I
okay.
was gonna say, I'm like,
There we go.
oh, I'm not Lestara. Raw.
To be fair,
it didn't occur to me, but yeah, they kind of are similar sounding.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're here to see a temple. That's really what we're doing. It's not a big deal. I tell you what, though, if I hear anything, I'm more than willing to enter a deal like that. It would be beneficial to us all.
I mean, that's how all this works. You know that. It's all about the exchange of information. You know, the house makes money off the information that passes hands here. So that's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to do. You know, especially you got to live in this place with those guys out there. It's got to be, you got to get whatever advantage you can get.
Well, wherever you end up, there's always a place you can make feel a little bit more like home.
Where everybody knows your name. I had to.
And if you guys haven't found lodging in the city so far, they offer a decent deal on rooms right here, and they're pretty, flat cots, but they're dry and there's not many bugs.
Which is a benefit around here.
So yeah, if you wanted to take the opportunity for a long rest to fully recharge before you go off on the next jaunt to explore the north side of the city, you've got the opportunity to do so here.
I would be very. Let me see what I actually need. I think I need a long rest to get key points back.
Yeah, I can't remember how long it's been since a long rest, but I know some stuff has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else we want to do here?
Yeah, I only need a short rest.
Okay. Up to you guys how you want to play that.
I think.
What?
I mean, rest-wise,
I think I would want to. Yeah, go.
No, I'm sorry. You go. I kept talking over you.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we need it, I think long rest definitely would be the best bet to take on this. Just as a
Wim's down a couple of spells. Lestrade, it looks like you haven't cast anything, but I find that
You didn't heal him?
implausible.
Well, oh shit! I'm sorry. You're hurt. Fuck. That's my bad, dude.
Someone blessed me. Someone blessed me at the beginning.
Oh yeah, no, I did count. I did
you.
cast bless on you, so I don't know why they didn't do that. So you know what? Here, as a token of me feeling bad, I'm gonna cast, because I might as well take a long rest anyways. I'm gonna cast a healing word on you, to kind of help you get your thing. We're gonna cast it at a 4th level, so 44 plus 3. What? Yeah, we're gonna get the healing and the spells back if we take a long rest anyways, but I mean, I just might as well.
In case you get into a bar fight. I mean, the night is young.
No bar fights. Fuck.
No, I am trying to be on my best behavior. I'm not starting anything.
I'm leaving if you're gonna start a bar fight.
Me too.
I think this is a good place to conclude for the night. We're at that one of those points where everything else, it's a good break. Anyone else have questions or things they want to accomplish before we shut down tonight?
I think I'm good. How about you guys?
All right. Well, then until then, we'll be back tomorrow night for our Waterdeep craziness game. You can track me down on Twitter at Evil Sales Ass. I Twitter quite a bit while I'm at work. Because why wouldn't I? And then we'll go directly to Jess this evening.
Oh wow. Hi, I'm not muted, right? No. Yes, I'm
No,
in
you're not
No,
muted.
you're not.
You're good.
I just sneezed, so I had muted myself. I'm Jess. I don't know why I'm saying that again. We're at the end of the night. You can find me at Sweet Nine Tails on Twitter and Instagram. I don't fucking know. I'm tired. I'm working. I gotta work on cosplay shit. Not tonight, because I open in the morning. Life, man. Slowly encroaching on Katsucon.
Yes.
And PAX East, which is
Yeah.
like
a
a
week
week after we get back.
Yeah.
1 weekend in between the two. Stress.
It'll work out.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pass it off to Nick now.
Hey guys, I am Nick. Blue Aura 94 YT is my Twitter. Also, Carpe Nerdus page as well, or Blue Aura 94 for PSN. So basically, yeah, the same thing said as Jess, and I'm currently not working tomorrow, which is great. I have a day off.
You bitch.
Hey, holiday, yeah. So, you know, I'll be here tomorrow for that stream. But other than that, there's nothing really interesting going on. I'm trying to internet stalk because I'm trying to figure out which camper we had up in Vermont. But that's just me. I'm gonna pass it off to Lauren.
Is that my name? I forget sometimes.
What?
Oh no, what did you called me something else at PAX Unplugged.
No.
We're
We're not gonna refer to that. We're not gonna admit
fine.
that.
Still obviously hurts. Deep,
I'm so
deep
sorry.
cut. I'm Lauren.
Mistakes were made.
But it was what a hell of a ride. You can find me on Twitter at Splintering. I like a bunch of stuff. Retweet fairly. Nerd.
Yep, you can find me at Disposable Idiot on Twitter. You can also find me normally sitting in the audience of the Monday night stream, and you can also find me running things on the Friday stream. Kevin and I were talking about it. I'm gonna work this out, and for the Friday/Saturday game people, we're really gonna have a moment where I'm going to give you a sit-down discussion of the lore of the Friday night game. I don't know when it will happen just yet. But we're going to work on that and get it set. It might be a good. It might be a good thing for people that follow those streams to check out too. And that's really all for me. And we'll leave with Kevin. No, wait. I guess we'll leave everybody because I think everybody's gone. So
Yeah.
good night.
Yeah.
Already have
We got nothing
a
left.
great night.